Angling is a series of choices, from an infinite number of options, some simple, like what's your target species, to the complexities of understanding fish location on a seasonal basis. Then there's the myriad of presentation options. It's as mental of a game as physical. Each challenge is different, but the basic process remains the same. For angling is like solving a living, breathing puzzle. And to see the big picture, you need the fishing edge.
Look at the size of that bird.
Wow.
Look at the size of that pike. Oh. Way to go. Look at that. He's got another one. I mean,
Boy, that's a great big male. Jeremy's fighting one. I can guarantee you one thing. If you haven't tried small river catfishing, you have to. As you can see, it's just unbelievable. Look at that. Got him.
I don't know what else you can do to get action like this through the ice for this size of fish. Maybe some big pike, but you don't usually land on schools a pike like that where you're doubled up and it's one after another. Pretty darn cool. Much of your success on the water is related to the reliability of your equipment. Poor or dysfunctional gear usually results in an unpleasant experience. We've all been down that road, and as seasons pass, we hope to get better at the game. Ice fishing requires lots of gear and a high cylinder index to be mobile. Much of our ice fishing equipment sits for months on end without use. So we use seafoam motor treatment in all the fuel we run through our ice augers, sleds, four-wheelers, and even trucks. It does the few important things extremely well. It will stabilize fuel for up to 2 years, preventing both phase separation and the formation of varnish. It helps clean harmful deposits from carburetors, jets, and injectors. It controls moisture, lubricates upper cylinders, and most of all, ensures your motors are starting and running right. Adding seafoam motor treatment in each tank also makes storage easy, so when you're done for the season, you can trust that the engine is clean, the fuel is fresh, and the cylinders will be ready to fire when you need them to.
Oh, there you go. You know, right now we're late ice fishing. You know, and over the course of a season, we really fish for a wide variety of different fish through the ice. Northern pike, walleyes, panfish. We even catch bass through the ice. But right now, Jeremy and I are gonna look at catching probably a fish that it's not really unknown, but not a lot of people fish for them. It's catfish, and we're talking big ones through the ice. It's sort of an interesting story because it wasn't that long ago we caught these same fish about 5 miles that way.
Today, anglers have tremendous resources available to find new fishing hotspots. TrapNet and GillNet surveys done by the Department of Natural Resources in states across the country can provide a wealth of information. This particular reservoir has a lot of channel cats in the 25 to 29-inch category. These numbers inspired us to check out this particular watershed. Our initial research mission in this area started in July.
We're actually fishing a small river that feeds a reservoir down below us here. And what we're doing is driving up the river. We're gonna drive up for a couple of miles, and we're gonna actually sort of survey the environment. We've never been in this watershed before. We know that there's catfish in here, smallmouth bass. We've actually seen some of them. But the thing is what we're looking for are 3 specific things: depth, current, and cover. Cover meaning weed, wood, or rocks. In this environment, it actually has both, so it should be really an interesting situation here. We'll see what size of cats we catch in here.
Finding locations in rivers that are prime spots is a lot of just assessing it with your eyes as you're looking upriver. There will be areas that are shallow and fast that we call riffles, There will be other areas that are just kind of shallow and flat, we call runs, and then there's the holes, they're the tail outs behind those riffles or those runs, and that's what we're looking for. And a lot of those deeper spots then are on the river bends. Maybe the river will bend and then it'll come out, it'll run into just a straight shot with just shallow water. And when you get a good bend, especially in the low water, that's where the deepest water typically is, and that's where most of the fish will be.
We have the handiest anchoring device for this situation, and it's known as the Minn Kota Talon. Normally, we fish with an anchor, but in this shallow water environment like this is going to be a phenomenal tool. Okay, pin us in, Bubba.
You ready to go down?
Yeah, pin me in.
Before we start popping some cats, I think it's important to show you the basic rig we're fishing. This is as simple as it gets: hook, line, sinker, and bait. Let's start looking at the top of the rig. You'll want to use a flat, no-roll sinker. That's important. The size of the lead is dependent on river depth and current flow. We're using 1.5 ounce sinkers today. Next, there's a small bead to prevent knot damage, a barrel swivel, and a 6-inch leader. The size of the hook we're using is a 4/0 VMC octopus hook. This baby has a lot of strength to pull big cats out of heavy cover.
Wow, look at this thing in the cover.
What is in the...
Now let's talk line. In any still fishing situations like this where bite detection is important, you want to use a high-vis line. I like using 20 to 30 pound test Suffolk Siege in tangerine color. This stuff just seems to glow in bright sunlight, and Siege is extremely abrasion resistant, which is a plus when you're fishing around wood and rock. Last but not least, fresh cut sucker. They can smell and taste it from a long distance away.
Big bull, big nail. Wow! What a cat for this environment.
Look at this thing.
Look at the size of this beast for this small river, huh?
Wow.
Wow, is that thing something else? What a fish, and look at the belly on him.
For over 65 years, Lund has had an unwavering commitment to build the finest fishing boats on the water. 65 years of dedication, innovation, passion. Lund boats stand up to the elements and the use hardcore anglers put them through, season after season. Built by fishermen, for fishermen.
Suffolk's 832 is constructed with 7 strands of Dyneema and a single strand of Gore Performance Fiber. It's the roundest, longest casting line in the world. It offers superior abrasion resistance so you can fish it anywhere. It's the strongest, most sensitive, and durable small diameter braid ever to hit the water. Nice fish, Brett.
Thanks.
Suffolk's 832. Always use the best line.
Really? You're seriously just gonna leave me in here?
Yeah, I'm fishing deep today, Ike.
Are you kidding me? These are perfect conditions for pulling big bass out of heavy cover.
Yeah?
Heck yeah! Try one of these weedless wacky jigs.
All right, yeah.
It has an offset hook and stainless steel weed guard. Whoa! Oh,
Sorry, Ike.
flip it in there, and its wacky action will have you pulling out one fat bass after another. Please! I can't say anything.
Closed captioning provided by I-gogs Quality Eyewear.
This is a really critical spot, and you can see why. If you look upriver here, you can see what we're on. We're on a big outside bend. It's sort of a wide flat of the river. Then all of a sudden it turns to the right. Now you look downriver, and what this is all this whole current bend is actually sweeping against that log jam, and that's a critical spot in any river situation. Like right now, Jeremy are fishing really in midsummer. That's a really key feeding spot for catfish. It really is. And we could probably make a couple of different talon anchoring positions on this spot, but for this particular location, that log jam is the lead point where the current is pouring into it, and that's a key biting spot.
The process we use to thoroughly fish these river holes is important. Like I said, the top of the hole is a primary feeding station for active cats. When these guys go on the chew, they move right up to the head of the hole and wait for the bait fish to blow by. We will generally start our talon positioning about 1 cast length above the primary log jam to get the most active fish. After this initial position, we'll progressively move downstream at about a cast length apart. We'll give each set about 15 to 20 minutes to get a bite. This is the most efficient way to strain the river and catch lots of cats.
Oop.
Got him?
Got him.
Atta boy, Jim.
Oh, boy.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa,
whoa,
is he
whoa,
tearing it up?
Whoa, whoa. No,
think he
you're
got a
not
bite?
going. He's going back into the log jam, and I'm trying to prevent him from going back.
That's a big fish.
Yeah, I know.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Let's see why that heavy line is important.
Oh.
Wow. I want to get him a little closer so I can keep fishing here. Just bring him in. Just come on.
Yeah, right, right. Wow. Oh. Oh.
They are something else.
Wow.
It's coming up current now?
Yeah, no.
The strength they have when they're there, just fighting.
Man, it's just unbelievable how fast they are. Dude, that's what you're talking about, the equipment. That's really nice with this pickup with this 300.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got really fast pickup, 7.3 to 1.
He went,
Oop,
likes the
look at
weeds
that guy
too.
there. Oh, whoa. Look at that guy. Oop, he doesn't like it at all.
They really like digging right into the weeds. They're not afraid of them.
No, they like the weeds.
They like going in the cover.
Yeah.
Boy, look at that. Another beautiful fish. I cannot believe the average of these fish. It is nuts.
Wow.
That is a nice fish. Wow, are they big?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Look at that, the power of this.
Whoop, he doesn't like that
No.
whole rodeo. Whoop, come here, buddy. There he is.
Oh, Jim, look at that. That is a big,
That is
big. Look
just-
at the size of that fish.
I know.
Unbelievable. Whoa, whoa.
Get him.
Got him,
Yeah, he's
got
got
him.
another one.
Got him. Yep. Oh, yeah.
It's
Whoa, whoa.
Wow.
I'm netting his. This is another. Oh, it's another big one.
Oh, ow. This guy.
Holy cow. I got a while to go with this guy. This is nuts.
This goes to show you just some of the opportunities in small rivers. It's just stellar. It really is. I mean, you look at the size of these fish we're catching. We really found sort of a gold mine in this particular little river. I mean, based on the average size of the fish, I mean, it's just incredible.
That is unbelievable.
But
Those
as
are-
what Jeremy was saying, this is the right genetic stock, the feeder river of the Red River of the North. Look at that beautiful catfish.
Oh, he popped off. He got in the weeds and I lost him.
He lost him. That's unfortunate.
Oh, well.
Look at that guy. Gorgeous fish. Huh. Man, the average size of these guys.
It's nuts.
I know. I like these guys.
Why take chances with your engines? Protect them from neglect, wear, and tear the easy way with Seafoam Motor Treatment. Seafoam maintains optimum engine performance by removing harmful deposit buildup from your engine and fuel system. It controls moisture in gas and diesel, stabilizes fuels for up to 2 years, and lubricates your engines to start easier, run cooler, and last longer. Trust all your engines with Seafoam, the choice of mechanics for over 70 years.
Are you finding it harder and harder to spend time with your family? All you need is the right place to reconnect.
Big walleye, Dad.
Here we go. This is fun.
Northwest Ontario, your place to reconnect.
For years, they've quietly taken you where the fish are. But now the silence is about to break. With the incredible new iPilot Link, your Minn Kota and Humminbird can communicate with each other. So you can hold on a spot like an electronic anchor. Record and return to waypoints and paths. Follow any Lake Master depth contour and more, all automatically and all from your Humminbird or the Link remote. They talk and you'll be speechless.
Welcome to the Inner Circle. Rotating coverage up to 300 feet gives you a detailed 360-degree view of structure, contour changes, and fish. So you can see them before they see you. Introducing 360 imaging, only from Humminbird.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
Got him? There you go. Now you're talking.
There we go.
Ooh.
Nice. Yep, got him. Got him. We knew there'd be one in there, Jim.
Whoa. Whoa. I like that. What?
Roly poly. Wow. You got one too?
No.
Snagged up?
No, I'm just getting mine out of the way since.
Oh, you're such a nice guy.
Since you're bothering me.
Boy, are they tough. Look at that current.
Bothering me.
Whoa, look at them rolling out there. What a deal. Oh, and then they dig and they pull. And they roll and they dig and they pull. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Classic spot. Oh, man.
So you're saying you're going to need a net, huh?
I think so, man. And this current, these things are just unbelievable. They're unbelievable, man. It's just great, great fish. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mr. Rolly. Holy.
That didn't take long.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
I'm glad we brought this guy along.
Yeah,
I can
they're not too
guarantee
fun
you
to
that.
handle.
You really
Yeah.
needed it too.
Yeah.
Boy, look how
pretty.
stoked. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Normally, we don't fish in, for one thing, in rivers that are this clear of water. That's one thing that's sort of intriguing. Look how fat those fish are.
That is just amazing. And like Jim said, this is not too long after the spawn, and to see them already looking this big is really, really, really impressive. They're eating machines, and I went with a big piece of cut bait. Look at that.
Holy, no wonder you got that biggie.
Look at it rolling. Oh, watch my fingers. Look at that, huh? Again, Jim and I are fishing right now in a small river that's above a reservoir, and in late summer, this is definitely the peak place to find numbers of big catfish like this, but that changes throughout the course of the season, so let's explore that. Like all river fish, cats make dramatic seasonal moves. In general, throughout the cold water period, cats tend to gather in the deepest holes in any given river section. Today, we're fishing a small river that feeds a reservoir. A lot of these fish will actually migrate out of the river into the deeper water in the reservoir. The distance between summer fishing areas and ice fishing areas is only about 5 miles.
Whoa, 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 look at them go. I mean, those guys, they can really move pretty quickly, considering that it's probably about 39 degrees down there. It's pretty cold. You'd think that cats would be really, everybody, consider them to be a warm water, sort of a lethargic fish. They're eating pretty good under the ice. We fish them in some other reservoirs, and we catch them a lot of times suspended over really deep water around the perimeter of a 50-foot hole, and we catch them almost like crappies, suspended anywhere between, 15 to 20 foot down, a lot over 30 to 40, 50 foot of water. Whoa. And you see, these guys are serious fish.
Your drag's getting a workout.
Yeah. Huh. Boy, you can feel it. Look at his big head pump on that. Ooh. That's great. Oh, there he is. Oh, look at that guy there. He's a biggie, too. Come here, buddy. Oh. Wow, come here. Look at that guy. Whoa. That guy there's a pretty serious one, Jer.
Oh,
Look at that guy.
nice.
There. They're sort of hard to get a hold of. Look at that. Beautiful fish, though. Look at that. Gorgeous. Look at that guy there. There's one. Oh, big one. Look at that.
And there she is, my first Mercury. 154 stroke, the lightweight heavyweight. And she comes with all this. Say hi to Wendy from customer support. She's always there to help. Jerry from product testing, he dishes out the torture.
They can take it.
Good. And Tim from design, he never misses a detail, obsessed with quality. Bobby, prop engineer, he turns horsepower into performance. This is George.
It's good to have Mercury behind you. Meet the rest of the team at mercurymarine.com.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
Obviously, fish location is the key to catching any type of fish, and fish in rivers really move a lot over the course of the year. Like Jim mentioned, we caught fish way up in the river in the middle of summer, and that's where a lot of fish in this reservoir will spend the warm water period. But as the water cools, the fish will make their way out of that shallow river environment and settle into deeper water areas within the reservoir. Now, there's a lot of areas within this particular reservoir that are, say, 15 to 20 feet deep. And even at the bottom end, just above the dam, there's 30 feet of water. And naturally, we thought the fish would be somewhere around that 30 foot of water, the deepest water available. Well, we came out in the fall and we scanned the entire thing with our sonar and really didn't find much. And we started making our way up and down the reservoir, searching with electronics. And where we're fishing right now is actually a location that in November, we were out here dragging jigs and ended up catching a lot of catfish. But if you're looking for them, deeper water, somewhere along a channel edge within a reservoir is usually a great place to start to find them.
Oh, see if you drop it down to him. Darn. Bait him back up. Up here he comes. See, I better off to put it in the...
Yep, that was sweet.
Got him?
Oh yeah. I really had to work that when I set my rod down. I was looking for it. I was gonna grab another minnow out of my pocket, change it up, and bonk.
Oh.
He was, a foot to 2 feet off.
That guy's either... Yeah.
On it. I'm fishing right now. This is one of our angling edge rods, a quantum angling edge combo. And I've got it spooled with Suffix ice braid. Jim happens to be fishing with mono. And that's really more preference. He's got 10-pound mono. I've got 10-pound braid on. We're both using a 10-pound leader. And you just go easy with them. This is a medium action rod, a 32 incher. And it's perfect. It's perfect. When it comes to ice fishing for cats, many baits work. Jim's using an 1/8 ounce VMC Mooneye jig with a piece of cut shiner. I prefer using spoons like the Lure Jensen Huss Lure and Flash Champ spoon. Rapala's jigging wraps are another great option if the fish are active. Now we never go out on the ice without Fraybill tip-ups. These allow you to have an extra line in the water, and sometimes that lack of movement is what they prefer. Oh, here he comes. You're getting close, Jim. Oh, there, yeah, you can see his head. Wow,
this is a giant. Look at, there he is. Oh, yeah, look at that guy there. Oh, thank you, sir. There you go. Now you're talking. I'll pop it. That was perfect. I like that. Then I don't even have to hammer it.
Look at those barbells. Aren't they something?
Boy, is that a pretty one?
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Yeah.
Look at it. He's talking to you, too.
Wow. Is he tough?
Just thick, tough, what? Fish. Oh, no.
Hey, if you're a regular viewer of The Edge, you know I close every segment off with an inspirational message that usually refers in some way, shape, or form to the Bible. Because I do a closing like this, I get bunches of emails and letters from people, and people send me different books to read and booklets and say, hey, maybe you'd find this interesting. This has really happened to have an impact on my life in a positive way. So I get a lot of stuff. One of them that I got that I really enjoy is titled Topics for Bible Study and Personal Growth. This is a real whopper. This guy really went through some pains to send me this. And it's got 80 specific teachings in it. And the guy's an avid bass fisherman from a small town in Minnesota. And in addition to sending me the booklet, he sent me a whole bunch of pictures of a big bass that he catches. Gave me some good links to come and take a look at that. I really appreciate. But one of these messages, I just want to read you a little snippet of it because I really found it interesting. It was titled When Silence is Loud. And it starts out, does God stop speaking or do we stop listening? Have you ever turned on a TV program or a movie that was already started? It doesn't make much sense unless you saw the beginning. The same thing happens when we try to skip too far ahead of God's will. Something is missing, and it can seem like God is silent. We need to go back to where we last knew we were in God's will and pick it up from there. The Lord's will is like walking up the stairs, one step at a time. We respond to God, then He responds to us, then us to Him, and Him to us. It's like taking turns. If we dug our feet in regard to God's will, or gotten in a rut, God may seem silent. Is God telling us something we don't want to hear, so we block it out? Do we only listen to God when He says what we want? Has He been repeating Himself so many times on something that we no longer hear it? And then there's one sentence that really caught my attention. The words common sense are not mentioned in a Bible that I've ever seen. Yet it is God's voice for the very most part. I really thought that was a great read. Many of them are great, and I really want to thank you, Mike, for sending me this. It's been a blessing to me. Hey, from all of us here at The Edge, you have a good, safe fishing season. We'll see you on the water.